Okay, so we all have this thought, and I just want you guys to listen. You're not gonna see me because I just got done crying, so no one needs to see that disaster. We all have feelings, and we all care about what people think of us, and we all push people to be what the best they can be. But then I was thinking, because I push my younger siblings all the time, we all push. We all want perfection. But here's the main question I have. Does perfection really exist? Is there such a thing as perfection? We all think we're perfect, but in our own minds we're perfect. No one is ever truly perfect. There is no such thing as perfection. It's impossible to obtain. People say if you keep working at it, you'll get perfect. But will we get perfect? Perfect in their eyes, sure. But if you get another person that has done the same thing over and over again, will they see it as perfect, or will they pick out something that's wrong? There is no such thing as perfect. The only perfect is in your mind. In your mind, there is perfection. And that's the only perfection you need. That's the only acceptance you need. Because any other type of perfection is unobtainable. It doesn't exist. There's only your type of perfection. That's it. Everyone has their own different perspective of this. Yes, your boss can say, oh, you did this perfectly. In their eyes, you did. Because they told you, they taught you how to do it. But maybe in your eyes, it's not perfection. Or maybe you're biased and think it is perfection because that's how you were taught to do it. But at some point, perfection didn't exist. It still doesn't exist. Because we all have our own point of view of perfection. I can give you this perfectly stacked piece of paper and hand it to you. And you could say, this isn't perfection. This is not perfect. And that's because your point of perfection is different than my point of perfection. There's no way two people have the same point of view of perfection unless one of them is biased to it. Because they were taught that way, or they were told it was done this way and that was it. And then they go on and they say, oh, that's not perfection. That's not how it's done. But really, it's just their mindset of how perfection is. Now, I've been talking for about 3.5 minutes now. You're probably getting bored of it. But I want you to go to bed thinking, what is my version of perfection? Not the biased way of my brain. I mean, that's just all of us. We all have our bias. But try to get rid of that and try to think, what is my perfection? What is it? Think about that. Ask yourself that. What is my perfection? And then maybe tell me, what is your perfection? How do you see that stack of paper? And I put this in quotes. You can't see them, but that stack of paper. How is it stacked? Is it stacked maybe slightly crooked? Perfect in your own way? Perfectly against a wall? You never know. That could be someone else's description of that's imperfect. So think about that. Go to bed if you need to. Just lay there and just think, what is perfection? Free time. Think about this. Because this is food for thought. What is perfection? And does it really exist? So I just took up roughly 5 minutes of your life. I hope it was worth it. And I hope you get some good answers out of this. So I do hope you respond to me. What is your version of perfection?